Living off-grid is often idealized and romanticized in popular culture, but there are several misconceptions that can lead to unrealistic expectations. 1. Complete self-sufficiency. One common misconception is that living off-grid implies complete self-sufficiency. The reality, however, is that many off-gridders often rely on external resources, such as purchasing certain food items, materials for repairs or improvements, or even alternative sources of power during periods of low production. 2. Off-grid equals primitive living. People often associate off-grid living with primitive conditions, but this is far from the truth. Many off-grid homes utilize advanced technologies like solar panels, wind turbines, and sophisticated water purification systems. It's also possible to have internet access, advanced home appliances, and even smart home technologies in an off-grid setup. If you're learning, laughing, or loving it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the joy of off-grid living with the world. 3. You can live off-grid anywhere. While living off-grid is a desirable lifestyle for many, legal constraints can limit its feasibility in certain areas. Zoning laws, building codes, health and sanitation regulations, and other rules can restrict off-grid activities such as the installation of solar panels, wind turbines, compost toilets, or rainwater collection systems. For instance, some areas mandate a connection to the local power grid or public sewage system. Others require specific standards for dwelling size or construction, which could inhibit the use of alternative building techniques. Therefore, before embarking on an off-grid journey, it's essential to research local laws to ensure your dream can become a reality. 4. It's a cheap way to live. While it's true that living off-grid can save money in certain areas, such as utility bills, it also requires significant upfront investment. Solar and wind energy setups, water and waste systems, land costs, and the expense of building a suitable dwelling can add up. Ongoing maintenance and potential system upgrades can also represent a notable cost. 5. It's a hard and grueling lifestyle. The belief that living off-grid equates to ceaseless toil and hardship is a widespread misconception. While it's true that the initial phases of transitioning to an off-grid lifestyle can be labor-intensive, this image of constant manual labor is not representative of the day-to-day reality for many off-grid dwellers once the basic infrastructure is in place. A primary reason for this misconception is the assumption that off-grid living equates to a return to pre-industrial living conditions. But off-grid simply means that one's dwelling is not connected to the main power grid, not that it eschews all modern conveniences. Indeed, most off-grid homes are equipped with modern appliances and amenities powered by alternative energy sources. Once the infrastructure of a well-planned off-grid system is set up, it can be highly efficient and requires minimal daily effort to maintain. In terms of communication and entertainment, many off-grid homes can have access to internet service, allowing for online work, virtual social interactions, and media streaming. Satellite and cellular technologies can provide these services in remote locations, offering the same level of connectivity as on-grid living. 6. Off-grid living is solitary. While it's true that many off-grid locations are remote, it is not a requirement. You can live off-grid, not connected to municipal utilities in a suburb if it is allowed. But even if you do live in a remote location, that doesn't mean you have to be socially isolated. Many off-grid communities are tight-knit and offer a sense of belonging. Moreover, with the advent of technology and the internet, off-gridders can stay connected with the broader world. 7. It's completely environmentally friendly. While living off-grid can significantly reduce your carbon footprint, it's not completely devoid of environmental impact. For instance, the production and disposal of solar panels and batteries involves some level of environmental cost. These misconceptions show that while off-grid living can provide a sense of freedom and closer connection with nature, it also requires careful planning, a good deal of work, financial resources, and a commitment to continuous learning and adaptation. As with any lifestyle, it has its pros and cons, and it's essential to understand them fully before making the decision to live off-grid.